Good afternoon, strangers of YouTube. My name is Michael, and for now, this is Set Gaming. I was going through my play session last night looking to pull out highlights to make a video, and it dawned on me that I make a lot of mistakes. So I decided to take some of the matches, edit them down, give a little narration of what I was thinking, my play lines, and then freeze frame on a specific decision point and give you, the viewer, an opportunity to figure out what you might do. Think of it as a little pop quiz. Would you snap? Would you retreat? What do you think your opponent's playing? And what do you think the best line is to win? So that's what I've done. Let's take a look at about 5 videos. And like I said, I'll give you a little cue of when to pause it and then, figure out how you would have approached the situation. Okay, here we've got game 1. Both my opponent and I passed turn 1. Elysium was revealed on turn 2, so we've got a little discount on all our cards. Opt to play Moon Girl here, and also throw Iceman out because I don't want 4 cards being copied. It'll make sure I won't draw anything next turn, so even though I'd like to zing him for a 0-cost Iceman twice, I decided to play it. Worried about getting juggernauted, but I'm already behind in the lane, so arrowing didn't feel right. So once I see my opponent's playing Sarah, I'm 100% sure it's a Surfer deck. Cosmo in the left lane is going to give them an extra 6 power if Surfer hits the board. So I know I'm going to lose it if they play Surfer. So I think turn 5 is going to be the real decision point of this match. Give the video a pause, figure out what you do, and then unpause it when you're ready to see what I did. Here you can see I opted for the Sarah on 5 play. Hindsight, I don't think this is right. I think I should have magnetoed. There's a very real chance that after they play Sarah, they could jam the far right lane with Brood and another decent 3-drop and just throw Surfer in the middle, and I am out of luck. My Magneto pulls nothing, and I lose. Luckily, it's not the line my opponent took. It doesn't seem like they had Brood, so I pulled this one out, but overall, I would say a misplay. Did you do the same? Did you figure out the Magneto line? Let me know in the comments. So game 2, we're going to pick up on turn 3. My opponent's done nothing but play Squirrel Girl. I'm going to open turn 3 with Mr. Fantastic. No real strategy of playing him again in Cloning Vats. Just, just middle lane for him. White Queen snipes the death here. And I think my play on turn 5, now that I see death, is pretty obvious, but I think the visual bug here trips me up. There's a White Queen in my hand, but it's hiding under death. I have to arrow instead, which, I guess it was my highest card in my hand, so I ran with it. And then he drops Wave on 5, which is, one of the most dangerous combos in Marvel Snap. So, as played, we're pausing here. Figure out what you would do. Give the video a pause, and hit unpause when you're ready to see what I did. So I pulled this clip because in my own ignorance, I had no idea that Death, She-Hulk, and Leader could all be played on the same turn with Death Wave. I thought only She-Hulk and Death will be coming down this turn, which I end up pulling out the win here. But, this is something if my opponent would have snapped, I probably would have called. And then, later on in the evening, this exact same scenario happened again, and Leader just dunked on me. So very, very dangerous deck. Be safe out there, guys. Switching decks up here. This is my faux Death Wave deck that lacks Death and Wave and plays Vision. Basically, pretty straightforward until turn 4. I have really no idea what the opponent's playing. Zabu. Just think this is just a value Crossbones, no other place to play him. And then turn 5, it's, my last chance to play Killmonger. I have Shang-Chi, I'm setting up. My opponent snaps. This feels like I want to back out, but being able to kill Sunspot might give me an edge. Naturally, my opponent plays Jubilee and pulls Infinite. So final turn, the choice is, am I, Shang-Chi and then Carnage right? Or am I just playing Leader because I'm head in 2 lanes? So pause the video, decide what you do. I think these discard decks are tricky, so think it through. And as you see, I go with the Leader play, which again, theme for this video, I think is a mistake. I think knowing how crazy discard can be and unpredictable, Leader is just a bad play. You don't want to be copying their stuff that benefits discard because you don't get the cards back. So I get lucky. I think it's the wrong play. Hopefully you made the right one. And we're on to match 4. I've switched decks again. This is the free-to-play Zabu deck, only Crossbones in pool 3. Shuri's Lab is interesting base. Always want to flood it, but it's tough because you're never really sure how much better the cards your opponent is going to be playing. My opponent drops Cosmo. Still a little sus of what they're playing. You know, I like Cosmo because he can protect my Dino. Opt to play Crossbones and Moon Girl, and here I have full protection for my Devil Dino, so I'm dropping him. Laris has pretty much sold me that they're probably playing Surfer, and then once Sarah comes down, I know it's Surfer. Now, here's where it gets interesting because I have all the confidence in the world that playing Cosmo is going to completely negate anything they want to do. I mean, that seems obvious to me, but what's your line here? Think it through, because it might surprise you. Okay, in fact, I did run with the Cosmo Move the Rock line, completely negating any on-reveal effects my opponent's going to play. But here's the thing. Look how close they are to winning this. I was doing nothing in New York, and they threw Maximus mid. We tied. They could have done so many things that would have completely wrecked me, and it just goes to show the strength of this deck. It has so much power at value 3 drops. You're really never safe even when you think you can just crush their main game plan. Okay, last match. We're picking up on turn 3. Super Flow is activated. Space Throne is an interesting little curveball. I feel like I've got so much value with Zabu. I'm just going to slam him into Super Flow for now and just deal with it later. Also, you know, I like having a lane that I can clearly win, that I know my opponent is going to play in for Crossbones, so he gets thrown out here. Blue Marvel, you know, is kind of a surprise, but it's just screaming Zoo deck to me, so easy Devil Dinosaur in the Space Throne. I think I can beat Bishop. And my opponent, you know, starts throwing out his Zoo cards. And I feel like this is a pretty straightforward Zoo deck. So here's the thing, like, what are you doing here? You know, what are you worried about? What do you think opponents got? You feel like you can outrace them in any lane? Let me know, because I think it might surprise you what happens here. All right, here we go. We're going to Showdown. We decide on the Devil Dino line because we're fearing Onslaught, and that's really the biggest thing that beats us, that Zoo plays, right? Wait, Shang-Chi is in Zoo? Yeah, I didn't see that coming. I mean, I was between basically double Enchantress and Dino, and I chose poorly. So maybe you didn't. Let me know what you thought about this little series, how you did, if you thought it was interesting. You know, I think it really helped me going back and looking at my plays, so maybe it might help you. Stay safe out there, snappers. We'll catch you in the next one.